Hey everyone, and welcome back to the United Star. I am Atanu and I am joined by a person who needs no introduction. It's Natalie from ALL FOR United WFC. Just a short introduction. She's one of the most passionate fans that I've ever encountered, and she supports the team every day, every single hour, every single minute. We can see her in the stands as well at the LSV, singing, chanting. Even recently, she was at the England game. If you didn't hear the Toonie chants, then make sure to go back and watch the video again. She was singing Toonie's name, and towards the end, all the United players, applauded Natalie and all the fans that were traveling, Andy, Vicky, and everyone else. So, welcome to the channel, Nat. Again, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Thanks for having me back on. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think the last time you came, it was the first WSL game.
Yeah,
Yeah, we won 2-0 Reading game. So yeah,
it's good.
today we'll talk about the Manchester United Women's Academy, under 21s, devs, whatever you might call it. A
Yeah,
very good staff led by Charlotte Healy. She's the under 21s head coach and the manager of the Women's Academy as a whole. There are many good players and a star striker who goes by the name of Solskjaer. Natalie,
yeah.
what are your thoughts about, like, what do you know about Charlotte Healy? If you can tell the viewers something about
Yeah.
her.
So I know she's from Leicester. I know she did coach at City's academy. She coached at Liverpool's academy, and I think that's where she met Martin Ho, who's now the first team coach, like assistant to Mark Skinner. She also met Casey there, who obviously was our manager, now left. So yeah, she was at Liverpool under Vicky Jepson doing their under 21 academy. I think before that she was doing City, and then obviously 2019. Well, we formed our academy when it was sort of, this is where I get the term devs, because it's development squad. So our first team was created very late in the day. So by the time the first team had been sort of sorted, there was no chance to sort of sort a manager, put us in the WSL Academy League. So we just were sort of called the development squad, which is basically players that might not play first team and then 16s that step up kind of thing. So it's sort of like a mix. It wasn't like a well-established, drilled, elite team like it is now, and it wasn't in a league. We were just playing like friendlies. So the year after, Charlotte Healy came in, and it was just Charlotte. I think there was one other coach there that maybe was from the under 16s. She came in. She brought in a load of players that she recently knew at City. So Maria Edwards came in, Lara Miller came in. I think some other players came in, and obviously she called up a lot of the under 16s. That under 16s team had just recently won the under 16 league. So Poppy Lawson, I think Chloe Broughton maybe was in that, Phoebe Holland, who's now playing in America. So these are names that have been linked and played in the under 21s a lot, and Healy did that, brought it all through, brought through loads of coaching team, brought for actually in Martin Ho. Martin was in the 1920 season. He actually was her assistant. And then obviously when Glenn left, he took the first team job, first team assistant kind of thing. But Charlotte has had touch on everything to do with academy, whether it's 16-year-olds coming up or looking and getting the best talent. You talked about Tara Bond. Charlotte managed her at City, Liverpool, and then obviously as soon as she came over to United, she brought her from Liverpool to United. She brought Carrie in as well recently, just last year. I think Karna maybe came in. Well, Karna sort of probably came in a bit early, but like I said, she brought in players as well as bringing players up. So she is key, integral, I'd say. She is the heartbeat of that academy system.
Yeah, she did an interview recently with Training Ground Guru. I'll add the link in the description. An amazing article. So in that I read, you talked about Carrie Jones coming to the academy. So there's this term that I did hear about before today, which is called homestays, which is basically that a player is placed with a local family, so the whole family don't have to relocate. And Carrie Jones came from Cardiff at the age of 16 a few seasons back, and she was put in a homestay. and she was doing really well. And now we can see she's putting in some amazing performances. Started in the Manchester Derby as well in the Conti Cup, and I think she did really well in that game. And in the first Conti Cup game as well, I think it was against Durham. She assisted Ivana Fuso's goal. So Carrie Jones, another big name, and Tara Bone as well. We know Tara Bone is at Sheffield United. Natalie, you will be supporting them when they play their next cup game. I think it's
Yeah,
against
definitely.
Oldbridge.
Yeah, and I know if you watch ALL for United WFC, you know John Foster, he's from that side of town. But yeah, I'm supporting Sheffield. I think Sheffield have had a lot of our players through, so I've got a little affiliation with them. That's unfortunately for John where my loyalty lies. It lies with Sheffield. But even then, you know, they've got Carrie there. I mean, they've even got Charlotte Newsham, who played in the under-21s, went out on loan to Huddersfield just before COVID. But I know, like, she looks over, you know, when because Charlotte was in the dev squad, so she was the one that she kept on and saw that talent, nurtured it, you know, helped her out. She went to Blackburn, now she's at Sheffield, and I know that, you know, Charlotte is someone, and Martin is someone that, you know, they speak, you know, Charlotte Newsham, now playing at Sheffield, speaks very highly of them. So, you know, it's Charlotte Healy. I know we're probably going to go on to the news, but, you know, just briefly, but she is, I really feel like she had done this, you know, she came in to set up basically nothing, and she's put loads of
She
squad
did
in place,
something
loads of
like,
players.
yeah, sorry to cut you, but I think she did something like what Casey did, building the academy from nothing. Casey built the first team from nothing.
Something.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it's a big thing, and now we can see United under 21s, the academy as a whole, are producing some great talents. And the score lines. There's another account on Twitter by the name MU Women Extra, who regularly post about the academy stuff as well. So make sure to check them out. I'll add the link in the description. And when I see their tweets, they're saying, okay, United under 21s have won 10-0. And I'm like, oh man, like this team is full of good talent, you know, even though strikers are really well, but you can see the defense as well. They are not conceding. The midfield, they are quite good. And we saw a few of the academy players in the preseason as well. Rebecca May, Annie Hutchings, Jess Simpson. Nat loves Jess Simpson. I remember when Jess Simpson came on in the preseason, there was a lot of hype around her, and I think she did really well. Annie Hutchings, she came from Liverpool in the summer. She was the captain of the under 17s when she was playing for the under 17s. Emily Brow as well, another player who's come from Liverpool. She has been a regular member in the England under 15s and under 17s. So that's what I know about these two players who've come in. But not coming to the big news, Charlotte Healy might be leaving Manchester United, and it's, call it a coincidence or something. You know, we decided that we'll do this video on Monday. So this video is being recorded on Monday night, you know, Indian time. And in the afternoon, Nat sent me a screenshot that maybe Leicester Women's might, you know, I think they're going
Yeah.
after you know, you can tell the story, Nat, if you want.
Yeah, they're going after two people who, one of them, the female, I think it's a female and a male, I don't know, but I know one of them is there's been the England under 14 coach and has followed that 14 coach up until where it is now 19. She's recently stepped back, and I don't know whether she's doing under 14s, but Leicester want to sign her. I know Charlotte Healy with the academy and kind of youth set up. Everyone knows everyone. So Vicky Jepson will know this and that because she's been involved in it. Even Rihanna Skinner, she knows a lot of it. She went from the 19s in the devs and now she's Tottenham manager. So I can see why everyone wants Charlotte. We've just talked about Charlotte, how she's built it, how she's the foundation, how she's the heartbeat. And now Leicester want her as their first team coach. Of course you'd want her. And it's just whether she wants to. Well, if you were going from a direct job to Leicester Academy, yeah, it's a step down, 100%, but it's going to a first team. So for me, I'd be devastated, and I think it would be a massive loss because I think if she just went like that, I don't think she would. I don't think she's going to leave off the bat. There are 2 or 3 more games left, and then there's a break. So I'd like to think she would see that out. I mean, you touched on some of them players that have come in, but she's even calling up like the 16s. There's Kira
she's
Barry, who's done
she's the
really
head of the
well.
academy as a whole as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she knows, and I think there's like 14s getting called up to 16s and 16s that are probably going to get called up next year, and that plan will all be in place. There'll be plans for each player. I know Casey had it; they had a plan for each player. I know Mark sort of touched on it a bit when he did a long answer when he talked about Maz and saying he's not ready yet, but certain players are ready at certain times, and just because Carrie's made it doesn't mean that Maz won't make it. You touched on Rebecca May, 19, but she's still there. Chloe Williams, 19, but she's gone on loan now, and I know she's doing well. So, it will be a step up in terms of going to a first team, but it's whether she wants to go to Leicester. Yes, she's like local to there, but for me, I think, like you say, running the Man United Academy, not just like we said, not just the 21s manager, running that whole thing, knowing who's coming through, like I say, being able to just select, being able to go and say, those are the best players in England, you're coming into my academy, and they're ready to come no matter what kind of thing. It'll be devastating if she does go. I think there are good managers out there, like Villa Academy have got it very, very good. So there's a guy called Jack, and I know they always win as well, Villa. So for me, I think you'd be aiming for that guy as a kind of replacement if she does decide to leave. Nothing's set in stone. It just says sources say that they want her to be the coach. Something I've heard before, but will she want it? Leicester bottom of the table. Do you want to go there? It sounds like that they've got a good investment, but it sounds like maybe it wasn't the best coaches before that were there. These are now people she does know, but would much change.
From a United's perspective, we can put in many arguments that it will be better if she stays. But at the end of the day, if she does decide to go there, I think it will be heartbreaking. I think I'll be very heartbroken because Natalie, over the last season, you know very well that I've taken a keen interest in the under 21s as well. But it'll hurt similar to what like it hurt when Casey Stoney left. I think
definitely. Because, like you said, there's those players there. You talk about Emily Braun. I don't think she's played yet, and I know that she would have come to, not just for Man United, but there's a coach that she knows who's been at Liverpool before. There is that progression. I mean, it'll be sad. I'm happy though that Carrie has made it, Tara's made it. But in terms of making it, I'm talking about professional contracts. Carrie now playing. People are saying why she's not playing WSL. You know what I mean? It's at that level now with the players, and it shows that she can do it. And I mean, she downplays Man United's role in it. If you look at her tweet, she says there's a lot of other coaches, and there was. She's at Cardiff for a long time, so you got to give them credit. But like you say, it will be that heartbreaking because for me, I think she is a top. She is one of the best. So to lose that, it'd be devastating. But can't forget it's Man United, and I think a lot of top academy coaches would be. That's where I want to go. Like you say, for me, well, we were unbeaten pretty much last year. We only lost one game this year. We're winning 10-20-0. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You're gonna go there, and like I said, it's Man United. So Charlotte, yes, she has that pull, but still the badge has that pull. Still the fact that you're seeing, kids will see Carrie's playing. Tara's playing, let me go there because I know I'm going to get in that first team and they're going to be challenging for Champions League, and then potentially if we do get the Champions League this year, there's more opportunities to play, and I know that the manager wants to play youth. It's not like we've heard from the City manager, oh, well, we don't really care and it's a big step. Yeah, it's a big step up, but if you're good enough, you will play. And like you said, those personalised plans, you have, Mark knows he has to bring through youth, so we demand it kind of thing. It's our DNA. So it'll be devastated if she does leave.
Yeah, it's our DNA, youth, courage, success. I mean, that's what United is all about. And, there's this interesting stat as well. Since the women's team first formed in 2018, we haven't played a match without an academy graduate from our RTC, which is the Regional Talent Center. For those who don't know, before the academy was before the academy was formed in 2019-2020 season, before that, before the team was formed, there was this thing called Regional Talent Center. which is basically what Manchester United Foundation ran with, the Karna Girls Academy for up to under 16s level, with accordance with FA regulations. And after that, because there was no senior team, there was no proper academy or under 21s team. So the players had to leave. And some of the players, I'll mention Ella Toon, Emily Ramsey, Fran Bentley, Katie Selem, Kirsty Hansen, Millie Turner, and a very special player that Natalie did an interview with recently, Naomi Hartley from Coventry United. Natalie, how close are you with Naomi?
Yeah, I love Nom. She's everything. I've supported her. That's why, I mean, it took about 2018. You used to go and watch Nom play for Sheffield. I know it's people who know England. It's just sort of down the road from Manchester. But she's our player. So when Man United didn't play, we used to go and watch Sheffield United. So that's where I suppose that affiliation is with them. But Charlotte is still pushing for girls to go on loan. She would have played a part in Tara going out there on loan and getting the minutes. I know Chloe's now gone Blackburn. Charlotte would have had a part in that, making sure, not everyone goes on loan. Like you said, Rebecca played minutes in the first team. Neve Murphy is training up, things like that. But, like you said those names. But they were brought back, if you get what I mean. So it sort of felt different. Whereas Carrie is now in it, as that name that was actually, properly brought through the academy training, the academy played academy games, and now put through. So it just hits different. And I just know that there's players waiting there to come through as well.
Maria Edwards, like the best example that comes to mind is Maria Edwards. I mean, I can't count how many times Natalie, I, and a lot of other fans have begged on Twitter that please play Maria Edwards, please play her in the cup game because she is an amazing talent. I haven't seen her play, like I have seen some clips, but the goals speak for themselves. So many goals, and she did really well in the Blackburn loan stint that she did last season. Natalie, I think if it's between Karna Solskjaer and Maria Edwards, it's going to be very difficult for Mark Skinner to select who will make that transition first into the team. I would want both of them to come, but Natalie, what do you think with respect to these two players?
They're both great. Karna can get goals. I think Karna's sort of like poacher kind of thing, whereas Maria is like, you can play Maria potentially in a 10 as well or on a wing. I don't think she's good. I think she's better centrally, but I think Maria is sort of like, I remember watching her in 1920 season, and it's like she's like a mini Lauren James. So anyone who used to watch women's football, it's that kind of running with the ball, ducking and weaving, and then playing a ball off, creating chances. Whereas Karna is more bang, that number 9 clinical striker. I think probably Maria's just a bit further ahead than Karna because Maria's played under 19s a lot. She had that loan, like you said, at Blackburn, so she's played, fully grown women's football for a whole season. Yes, it was championship, but it's still against, women, full first team kind of thing. I know she's playing on the wing now, and she didn't, maybe score as many as she did in the thing. But I think playing out of position, she was still sort of their top goal scorer, I think, and like one young player of the year or something. I know that she's spoken very highly at Blackburn. I know that if it was again, they would snap your hands off. If they could get another loan of her. So maybe Maria, I'd say, is probably just a bit further ahead. But it depends what we need as well. Do we need a more clinical goal scorer? Do we need a creative player a bit more? It's going to be interesting to see what happens with those two.
I think in the FA Cup, when the draws are out, I would like to see these two players. And coming to our second last point, Karna Solskjaer. Natalie, you must have seen Ole a lot of times in the games. I think where do the under-21 home games take place?
J. Davidson Stadium, so it's in Altrincham. And yeah, I've seen him a couple of times. There's times where I've been there and I've not even noticed him, because he's just there as, I suppose, a father rather than like me going up to him and speaking to him. But what I will say about Ole, he's such a nice guy, always there, always says hello to me, always says, "Oh, you're here again, supporting," So he he knows who the fans are, he knows who the loyal fans are. He knows, that we need fans and loyal fans to come, and not just, I'm not just there to see him. I'm there to support like the whole team, and I want his daughter to do well, but I want all those girls to do and all to come through. And he knows that. He knows like the DNA. Man United is about youth, courage, success, like you say. So I know he speaks highly of all the 21 girls. If they need anything, he'll help them. And I'm sure he's still going to be there, no matter what, supporting her. And as long as she wants to be playing for Man United first team, doesn't matter whether he's the manager or not. That's what people have been coming up to. Oh, where's Karna going? Why would she go? She's at Man United. She's on the cusp. Why would she leave? If she wanted to leave, yeah, but for me, it's two separate things. That's him as a dad and him as a manager. It's separate. People need to make it a separate thing. So that's why it always is when I see him anyway.
Yeah, I think it was the Durham game where a lot of Sky Sports tabloids said, "Oh, okay, Ole's daughter will play," and I think it's good that they're saying Ole's daughter, because it's about advertising, it's about getting people's interest. But she has a name. It's Karna Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer legacy at United will always be there, but it's time for another Solskjaer's legacy to be written in United's history books. And I think Karna Solskjaer will be an amazing poacher, amazing striker, and I'm really looking forward to it. And a few days back, Norway under 19s versus England under 19s. Polly Watson played for the England side. Karna Solskjaer played for the Norway side. And the person who was covering the game for England said that Ole was there in attendance to watch the game. So that's something really interesting. But the last point, I think, in the training ground guru article, Nick Cox, who's the head of men's academy, so he's like the counterpart of, like, if Healy is the women's head and Nick Cox is the men's head of the academy. So there's this thing that Nick Cox said. He said that for the men's it took 80 years for the academy program to reach here. So right now there's an 80 years gap between the women's academy and the men's academy. So his challenge was that, can we reach this in 10 years time? Can we reach the 80-year gap in 10 years time? So I think I am keeping my fingers crossed Healy stays. I think this academy is going to be amazing. And I think a lot more good players will come through the ranks. We've seen Atanu, who's now the nucleus of the team right now. Carrie Jones, another great player. Tara Bone doing well at Sheffield. Maria Edwards, Karna Solskjaer. The list goes on and on and on. Natalie, one player who you are looking forward to watching in the first team, like the next academy player who has to jump.
Oh, I know we just talked about all the strikers, so obviously one of them two would be great, but I want to just say a name, because for me, I think she's ready. She's just like, she's just epitomizes what it means to be Man United. I adore her. She knows that I adore her anyway. Poppy Lawson, she's the under-21 captain, centre back. Anyone who's ever watched the women's team, it's sort of like an Amy Turner, but she can play out from the back as well. She can spray passes. I've seen her do that. So I'd love to see her, because she's been there since young, since like 5, 6, whatever. So she's been through it all. And then she was the first team, so she stepped up under Healy. Healy brought her through, made her captain. So I know she'll probably be upset as well if Healy does go, but I think she'll see the benefit. But I always see her and the way she leads the team. And if if anyone ever gets a chance, if they ever start to stream them or whatever, definitely listen, because the one player that you'll notice is Poppy, because you can always hear her shouting, always saying this, do that. And I think that shows a great leader, captain, but no, great Man United player, you know what I mean? Take that responsibility. Everyone's got work to do. I'm sure she knows what work she's got to do as well, but I'd love to see her definitely step up, because that would just be everything, because it would be like from young to grown. It would just it would make my day.
It will be like you've seen someone through the ranks over the years, and watching her play for the first team, it's going to be amazing. And if some academy player is watching, it's highly unlikely. I'm sorry if I didn't mention you, if Natalie and I didn't mention you, but there are a lot of good players. Rebecca May, Annie Hutchings, Maria Edwards, Poppy Lawson, Jessica Simpson, Karna Solskjaer, Polly Watson.
Saf Middleton, who's the keeper. Now she's training up with the Wales first team. Neve Murphy with Scotland under-19. So now these kids are like getting into the under-19 record. So they're playing internationally. And I don't know if anyone's seen, but that picture of Polly and Karna, it was probably Ollie took it, but who knows? But like Charlotte posted, said we don't really see that now, but we're seeing more of it. You know, Chloe Williams plays with Wales and stuff like that. Carrie plays with Wales. We're seeing more of it, and that's what we want to see because they're getting that exposure. They're getting out there, so they're gaining more experiences. And you know, for me, that's going to help that 10-year gap because if they're going to get international football as well while they're in the under-21s, it'll just be better. And I can't, you know, I hope she stays. It's not the end of, I mean, we all be devastated if she does leave, but, you know, she'd go with the best wishes, but we hope she does stay, don't we? And, you know, be in this journey for a long time.
Yeah. And, you know, just like I said, keeping our fingers crossed. And, you know, Natalie, last thing that I wanted to say, congratulations on the FCA award. You know, you didn't come on the channel after the FCA win, so I wanted to congratulate you now.
Oh,
amazing feat. And I think All for United WFC as has built a great community. And you know, I am proud to call myself a part of that community. They are very loving fans, always. Very passionate fans, and it feels like family. Yes, we might not agree with opinions, but we are respectful to each other. We don't abuse. And you know, it's a great channel, and please check them out. The link will be in the description below. Follow Nat on Twitter. Nat, anything else you'd like to talk about, like the ending part of under-21's video?
No, just, you know, keep supporting. Like you say, follow the accounts, follow you, follow me, follow the MUW Women Extra. Definitely give the players, if you see like a player, just give them time, let them develop. I know we all want to see Karna, we all want to see Maz, but definitely give them time. The time will come, it's right. And like you say, it's definitely what you said about it's Ollie's daughter and it's great, but she's going to make her own legacy. That's what we want to see.
Yeah. So I want Karna Solskjaer. Natalie wants Poppy Lawson. We want more and more players coming through the ranks, and hopefully that will happen. Keep supporting Manchester United. Keep supporting women's football. Tune into the games. We are coming after a big international break again, and we have some important games in the Conti Cup and the league. So tune into the games on the FA Player or any other platform that you might have in your country. Follow All for United WFC on their Instagram and Twitter handles. Subscribe to their channel. Follow Natalie on her Twitter, like I said. And while you're at it, do subscribe to our channel as well. We are also nice people. Follow us on our Instagram and Twitter handles. And until then, glory, glory, Man United. Take care. Stay safe.